Rhode Island. Tom, sounding great out here tonight. Over.
Yeah, okay, Bill. Very good. Yeah, just listening to you and Bill talk. G3ODO. Um, anyway, nice signal out here too, about 10 over 9. Just got the IC-7300 hooked up here in the shack and got it rolling last night. So I thought I'd give you a call and see what you thought, Bill. Over.
Yeah, it sounds great, Tom. It's got that beautiful audio. Are you using a hand mic with it?
No, I'm using a Heil ICM on a boom. Just like a music mic. It's a hand mic, but it's the ICM on the boom, and we're dialed in a little bit of compression on it. But did a little audio test last night, and I think I got it pretty close, Bill. Over.
Yeah, I would say so. That's got that beautiful 7300, like really nice compression, nice processing, which is not offensive at all, and just really nice audio. I've heard, figuratively and literally, that hand mic that comes with a rig sounds incredibly nice with the rig. The microphone you're using here as well also matches it very nicely. But that thing sounds beautiful, and I'm envious. Yeah, I'm using this TS520, and you guys are like in the space age compared to me, especially on receive. How are you enjoying that receiver and all the stuff that it can do, Tom?
Yeah, I apologize. You guys are correct. It is 7125. Sorry.
No problem.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, Bill, it's really great. I was on 20 meters today during that geomagnetic storm we had, and I called CQ, and I had the A4S looking down toward the east and the southeast, and a station from Missouri called me, and I had no noise, I had no signal on him, and I could still hear what he was saying. And I was like, that can't be right. And I did a little adjustment on the passband tuning and got him in, but it literally had no signal, none, on the meter at all. But, generally it's got a very sharp receiver. The receiver is very, very sensitive and very selective. And you can tailor that and look at somebody's audio, and there's all kinds of bells and whistles on this thing, man. I mean, it's intensive menu upon menu, but basically, Bill, it's very intuitive. I haven't found anything that I wanted to look for that I couldn't really find on it without looking at the manual. I mean, so very intuitive radio, and I think I'm going to like it. Over.
Very, very nice. And I heard that they're going to have a new one coming out that it makes coffee. It has one of those little Krylo, or whatever they call it, the little capsules that you can stick in it, and it'll make you a cup of coffee too, Tom. Over.
Well, that would be the cat's meow. This one won't do that. But, hey, I make my own coffee, and it tastes pretty good, Bill. Over.
Very good. And how about touching the screen? Do you put anything over the screen to get like the finger grease to stop the finger grease from getting on it, or do you just clean the screen off, Tom? Over.
Well, what I do here is I'm very religious on using hand sanitizer, and so I use hand sanitizer quite a bit. But I haven't seen an issue yet. The screen is very, very responsive when you touch it. It goes right there. I've touched a couple of things that I didn't know what I was touching. So, and I went, oh, there's another sub menu. Oh, that's cool. So, yeah, it's kind of neat. But yeah, I'm pretty, religious about the hand sanitizer thing and making sure my hands are clean. Especially because I don't want to. I want to make sure that the screen doesn't get damaged or anything like that. It does if you leave that plastic on there that they come with, that will desensitize the screen. So of course, obviously, you got to take that off. But Yeah, no, I haven't seen any issues with the touchscreen at all, Bill. Over.
Alrighty, beautiful. That's a nice. That is a nice rig, and I think that several people have come on frequency here tonight with the 7300, just testing it out like you are. So just incredible. What a beautiful box. I like the fact that they have that SDR, but they have the knobs. The winning combination, because I wouldn't want to have like an SDR with a computer and all that. I'd like to have like the knobs to turn and so forth. I think the KX3 or the K3 is also an SDR radio, which has the knobs on it, and those are just the performance is just beautiful. I can't imagine all of the things that you can set on the receiver to mitigate the noise on a QSO by QSO basis. As I say, over here, the only thing I can do over here is flip antennas around and crank my RF gain back, and that's about it. So you've got the beautiful capabilities over on that end, Tom. And so how long ago did you get that? Did you just get it in today?
No, I got it in Friday. And actually, I had a show to play, a little gig to play downtown Friday night. So I really got no chance to really hook it up or anything. So I was all fired up, and I thought, man, I got to wait till Saturday to do this. Okay. So I got it installed on Saturday. I spent about 4.5, 5 hours just rewiring everything in the shack, making room for it. And I'll put another picture on QRZ pretty soon. I haven't done that yet. But anyway, it's a nice little box. And I've gotten good reports off of it. And like I said, I've taken a little time to look at some YouTube videos and this and that on how you do this and how you do that and how you set up audio. Went on the DX Engineering site, has which is where I bought it from, has an interesting article from Bob Heil on how to set up the audio initially for the Heil microphones on here, and I found it to be pretty effective. I had to elevate them just a little bit, not because they weren't operational, but because that's the reports I was getting on the audio, that it needed just a little bit more. So I dialed in a little bit more compression. I'm running about 10 dB of compression on it right now. So that's about it. But other than that, yeah, I was very excited. Yesterday was a long day. It was a very, very steep learning curve, Bill. W1ZY, WY7KY.
Yeah, well, it's, the only thing it'd be steeper for than a bassist would be a drummer. Over.
Yeah, and you got to be in lockstep with the drummer as a bassist myself. Over.
When you were playing the gig on Friday night, were you thinking about the 7300 while you were doing the bass line to Dazed and Confused for the 10,000th time?
Well, for the song Longing to Go Back Home, or so, I can't remember. Anyway, it was an Eagles song. Oh, shoot, I can't remember. Anyway, we did that. But, yeah, I was thinking, man, I need to get back to that 7300. Oh, sorry, I've got to sing harmony now. Over.
I figured. I can imagine what goes through the mind when you're doing that, playing that. The bassist is constantly repeating, oh my God. Oh, geez. Very, very good. Very funny. Well, any other antenna projects or anything coming up in the summer months?
No, not really. I've got pretty much everything up I'm going to have. I do need to take the 40 and the 75 meter inverted V's down. I've got to pull those down. They're only up about 40 feet on the tower. That was the original antennas that I had well, I still use the 75 inverted V, and they're both on the same feed point. But occasionally I'll use the 40-meter wire if I need to get somebody in, you know, like NVIS or something like that. But there's, other than taking those down, checking the feed point, making sure everything's square, and then pulling them back up on the pulley. Nothing really special. I've got a 2 and 440 vertical out here. I've got to put back up on the apex of the house for one of my radios. But other than that, I mean, it's we're pretty much copacetic. The 2-element Yagi made it through the winter, so what winter we had, not a whole lot, but anyway, so I think we're pretty squared away, Bill. Over.
Alrighty, sounds good. Everything's made it through. I had the same situation here. I did a lot of antenna work in the fall, and I made it through the winter very nicely. A couple times I had to go out and clear branches that had fallen onto the elevated radials, and in one instance I had to go out and repair the west beverage because it got taken out by a tree. A tree actually fell, and the upper branches, upper limbs took out the west beverage. But nothing compared to the kind of mechanical systems that you have erected out there. I have no towers here or anything like that, so not a lot of work. Just a lot of most of the work is hacking your way through the briars. A lot of briar bushes out in the woods, and I have some paths that I have clipped and tramped down last summer that have surrendered to the briars, which are now blooming and budding. And they're very aggressive, so I'll have to keep an eye on them this summer. Maybe prune them back every few days because they do grow fast, and the vines that choke the trees. But yeah, you're sounding great out there, and this 7300 is a beautiful new addition to your already extensive shack. A Whiskey Yankee 7 Kilo Yankee in Wyoming, W1ZY, 20 over 9.
Oh, thanks, Bill, man. I can't believe 100 watts. 20 over 9. Yeah, you're poking up there about 15 over. I've got the antenna looking at about 75 degrees, I think. I may be overcooking it a little bit, but anyway, no, it's solid. Yeah, okay, on the projects. Yeah, there's always projects to do, and you know, whatever around here. There's always something that's that you have to take down, and then you have to put back up, and all that. I just redid my, had a problem with my 17-meter DX half square. One of the legs, the leg on the braid side of the center insulator came off. So I had to lower that back down, and when I lowered it, I noticed that the parachute cord that I was using was starting to get really frayed. So I went ahead and put a new piece of parachute cord on and pulled it back up through the pulley on the tower. And it's only up about, I don't know, 25 feet maybe. And it's broadside, kind of southeast, northwest. But it really works good when 17 is open. It's just a single element, a part of a rhombic, actually. But anyway, I repaired that and got that back up. We'll see how long that lasts. That thing gets a lot of wind. I've got it strung between both towers, and it gets a lot of wind out of the northwest. It just beats the heck out of it. So yeah, that's a never-ending repair job right there. Anyway, Bill, I'll let you go. 7-3, and nice to hear you again. And thanks for the report on the 7300. I think we're really going to like it here. And when we get the Ameritron 811 behind it, I think it'll even be doing a better job, especially for DX and that type of thing. W1ZY from Rhode Island from WY7KY Cheyenne.
All right, big signal. Very good, Tom. Thanks for checking in, popping in this evening, and I really appreciate it. And great to hear you got that new rig in. Let me, I would like to flip to the east just to get a front-to-back report on you, because while you were transmitting, I flipped over, and there's a significant front-to-back on your signal on the verticals. Stand by. This is to the east, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to the east, 1, 2, 3, to the east, and back over to the west. I'm just curious with your two-element Yagi, if you're hearing much of a difference at Tom, over.
No, tremendous difference. My noise floor is about an S5 with no preamp, and you were right at S5, S6. I could still hear you. And with it pointed this direction, it's like 10 to 15 over, Bill. Over.
Yeah, it's incredible. We're hitting the perfect angle. You're going right down that cone on the rear end of the verticals. When I flip it, you're going right into this into the main notch, which is incredible. It's like a hole-in-one. Tremendous. It's not supposed to be that great of a difference, but sometimes it's like golf. You hit a hole-in-one. It's just tremendous. Alrighty, 73s, and congratulations again, and hope to hear you later this week, and look forward to the updates. Whiskey Yankee 7 Kilo Yankee W1ZY.
Okay, Bill, very good. And I think I got that whole conversation recorded off of YouTube, so I might post that here before too long. I've been recording while I was live on YouTube here. So anyway, we are transmitting live on YouTube, so look up WY7KY, and you can see me fumbling around in the shack. See you later, Bill. WY7KY 73.
Alrighty, hey, I'd appreciate an email if you do that. I appreciate a link on email. I'll post it up on the page. 73s to Wyoming. W1ZY.
All right, see you, Bill. We'll do.
KA0HBW.
That was cool. Oh, Bill out there in Rhode Island. That's pretty cool. 100 watts going back to him in Rhode Island. That's crazy. Bill's got a great signal. He's got a couple of phase verticals out there, and he's right on the coast of Rhode Island, so he always has a good signal. And love this radio, man. This thing rocks. I mean, it's like, I don't even have the amp on, and usually I have the 811 Ameritron on, but I don't have it hooked up yet because I just ordered the cable. So anyway, what do? You know, you run 100 watts with a 2-element Yagi at 63 feet, and you just start talking. There you go. Very intuitive radio. Very nice digital, full color. I think it's like 4-inch TFT screen. Menus on menus. It's like sub menus. You touch something, and it goes, oh, there's another menu, so you got to go down. It's pretty cool, man. I like it. I'm really all jacked up about the new 7300 right here in the shack. So, little box. I mean, it's not very big, but man, it does a lot of stuff. So, anyway, appreciate y'all watching tonight. And we're just kind of chatting around on the radio, so hang in there and listen if you want. I'm on Facebook too, so just look me up on Facebook, send me a comment or two. And I don't have the chat up here. I usually have the chat on YouTube. So if you go to WY7KY on YouTube, or I'm sorry, Ustream. I'm not on YouTube tonight. I'm on Ustream. So if you go to Ustream and look up WY7KY, you can send me a chat message and I'll see it right here. So hopefully I'm doing all right on the video out. I'm not really sure. I don't know. We're on wireless Wi-Fi, so enjoy. Oh, beer.